Alright guys, in this video we're going to go ahead and install Node.js on our system. So if you're on Windows or Mac, you can simply download from nodejs.org. If you're on a Linux distribution, you can go ahead and use your package manager. So I'm going to click on the recommended version right here and download it. And we'll go ahead and we'll say open when done. Alright, so let's go ahead and run. And we'll just go through this real quick. So it's just a simple installer. We want all the defaults. All right, so now it's installed and let's click finish. Now let's go ahead and just open up our terminal. Okay, I'm using git bash and we're just going to check to make sure Node is installed. We can say node-v and that'll give us the current version. Let's also check npm, which is Node Package Manager, and that's what's used to install Express and Mongoose and a lot of the other stuff that we're going to be using throughout this course. So now what I want to do is just type in the command node, and what that does is it basically brings us into the V8 engine, the JavaScript engine, and we can write JavaScript here. Even if I just type like a 1, it'll return back a 1. If I do 1 plus 1, it'll do the arithmetic. We can write JavaScript in here. We can even create variables. If I say var x equals 2, and it says undefined because it's not actually returning anything. It's just an expression. We're just setting a variable. We're not returning anything. But let's set another variable. We'll call it y, and we'll set it to 3. And then we can actually do things like x plus y, and we get 5 back. Okay, we can create functions. We can basically do anything that you can do in JavaScript. Now, one difference between this and the V8 engine in Chrome, if I go ahead and pull up that, let's bring this over here, and we'll just hit F12. And if we go into the console in the Chrome tools, this is also the JavaScript V8 engine. If I hit 1, it'll give us 1 back. We can say 1 plus 1 gives us 2. We can set a variable of x, set it to 3. Variable y, set it to 5, and we can say x plus y, and it gives us 8. Okay, so same thing we just did over here, just different numbers. Now, the main difference between these two is this is actually a runtime running on our system, and we have access to system properties, or we have access to processes and things like that. Over here, we don't. Over here, it's just running in the browser. So let me just clear this out real quick. So over here, we actually have a window object. Okay, in JavaScript, we have a window object. That's what has like the alert function, things like that. If we were to execute the alert function, that'll fire off. All right, now if we go over here and we type in window, I spelled that right. So it says window is not defined because there is no window. It's not running in the browser. All right, it's running on a standalone system. Just like over here, we have the document model, that we have the DOM. So if we say document, you'll see that'll give us the DOM. There is no document over here. All right. However, over here, let's just clear this out. We do have what's called global. Okay, so if we say global, this gives us just a whole bunch of stuff about our system. So all kinds of variables. We have what's called a process. So if we type in process, it'll give us all this stuff. You can see we can get like the computer name, the temp directories, the domains, all kinds of stuff. Basically anything to do with this computer. For instance, if we want to get, let's say, process.env, so process.env.computer_name. Did I do that right? Did I spell that right? Process.env computer name. Let's actually look up here. Let's see. So computer name, maybe it's, yeah, there's no underscore. So just process.env computer name, and you'll see that my computer's name is boss. All right, so we can run JavaScript. We get access to all of this global stuff inside the terminal. All right, so to get out of this state, we can just do Control-C, or we can type in .exit, and now we're out of Node.js. So another thing we can do is we can run JavaScript files. So for instance, if I were to let's see. I'm just gonna create in my sandbox here. We'll say folder. I'll just call this app. Doesn't really matter. And we'll create a JavaScript file. We'll say test.js. And we'll go ahead and open that with VS Code. All right, and in here, let's just say console.log, and we'll just say hello and save. And then over here, what we'll do is navigate to that directory. Actually, we don't even have to navigate. I'll just close this out, and then we can simply go to our app folder and say git bash here, and you'll see that we're now in that app folder. Now I can run this JavaScript file within the command line by just saying node test, and we get hello. All right, and we also have access to all those process variables. So if we go ahead and actually let's change that, and let's put a string in here. Let's say my computer name is, and then we'll just concatenate onto this, and we'll say process.env.computer name, and we'll save that and we'll run it, and we get my computer name is boss. All right, so we actually created a Node application. It's very simple, one-line application, but it is in fact a Node app. All right, so now that we have Node installed, in the next video, I'm going to show you how to install MongoDB locally. We're going to be working a little bit with a local version of MongoDB, but when we're ready for deployment, we want to use a remote version with a service called MLab, okay, which is completely free for what we're using it for. So don't worry about having to, enter your credit card or anything. We have nothing like that. All right, so in the next video, I'll show you how to install MongoDB. We'll also talk a little bit about it.